Hi everyone, I'm Peter Sanchez-Iglesias from Casamia restaurant. Here at the restaurant we really base everything upon the season. So for instance, all the items and everything is hyper season at that moment of time. And for us, I think one of the most amazing things is going out and seeing the suppliers, the producers behind it, the stories. And I think it just makes for a better menu.
Well, I'm Richard Smedley from Four Elms Fruit Farm, Sidmouth in Devon. I've been growing fruit, mostly apples, all my working life. Have had a bit of experience of growing soft fruit as well, which we no longer do. We're now concentrating on the main varieties that we grow, which are Cox, Russet, Braeburn, Bramley and Gala. The harvesting process usually begins around the first week of August with discovery apples. We usually about that time start doing some early Bramleys as well, which have been thinned. In realistic terms means reducing the number of fruits per tree so that the apples grow bigger, which enables them to be picked just a little bit earlier. We then grow a small amount of Worcester pearmain, which is, we find there is still a little bit of a demand for it. And then we'll start picking Coxes normally around the first or second week of September. And that fruit would be destined for long-term storage. It could be stored up until the beginning of March, usually the end of February or early March. Our last variety would be Braeburn, which would be picked about the middle of October.
Right then, so the dish what John was doing today is an inspired apple dish. The whole reason for why we started it is because my nan, she used to make the most amazing apple pies, and I suppose everybody else's nan probably has an amazing recipe out there. So we just wanted to capture that essence, that lovely smell of cinnamon and the cloves. And then we also used in 3 different varieties. So we're using Braeburn, we also got some russets, and then we got that lovely acidity coming from the Bramley apples themselves. And one of the most amazing standout things for me on that dish is the way we treat one of the roasted apples, so the Braeburn, where it's just caramelised. It's almost like inspired by tart tatin, but without the pastry on it. So it just gives you that lovely richness, that bitterness, what goes really well with the rest of the refreshing apples.
The apple juice we started back in the mid-80s. There's around 1 kilo of apples in a 75 centilitre bottle. I think we can pride ourselves on the quality because obviously we're using our own fruit and we're not buying fruit in. So we only use the best fruit. We've been supplying total produce I think now for somewhere in the region of 5 years. We've worked very well with Julian Scott, who I think I can only praise for the work he's done for us in marketing our fruit and his dedication and commitment. I think growing apples is it's not an easy occupation, and sometimes it's not an easy occupation to actually sell them as well. But he's worked outstandingly well. I think the key to it is the fresh fruits that we can pack it, they can collect it and sell it, and ultimately the consumer will get it in the best condition.
Well, for us, one of the most inspiring things is actually going out to the farm, seeing the guys, picking the apples, and then eating them. Delicious.